Greetings to all of you on this very night, from Tuesday to Wednesday, or even more correctly, from the 19th till the 20th of March of the current year 2024. Today, I have received some positive news broadcast by the BBC Radio 4, in which the news broadcaster broadcast that the parliamentarians, or even perhaps more correctly, the right honourable members of the British Parliament have moved our world a step further in ensuring that certain restrictions will be introduced and maintained in order to ensure that children, youths, especially girls and women, be protected against cyberbullying of a type or another. Too frequently in the past, many girls and women were victimized by senders of indecent photographs, video recordings, and various other types of messages which are likely to degrade any reasonable viewer and perhaps the society, the community, and the world as a whole. This is most certainly a very encouraging piece of news that most certainly made me considerably happy, because I myself have spoken and have been speaking out against various types of abuse by various types of media, including certain film industries. I often tried to make the point that watching certain types of movies or films, we human beings are affected. I remember well that when I was a teenager, the films, or as the Americans prefer to call it, movies, namely Exorcists 1 followed by Exorcist 2, were shown on various channels, I should say, or even more correctly, in various cinemas, or as some people may call theatres, which led to many people becoming mentally ill. I myself saw those 2 movies and no doubt was seriously disturbed, at least for the evening followed by the nights, the evenings followed by the nights on each of those occasions. But of course, this is not the only situation which is likely to endanger the mental peace of any human being, perhaps more correctly, any reasonable human being. There are too many types of movies and indeed even videos which affect people to become violent, to become distressed, to become even mentally ill. The tragic news of the death of a young girl named Sarah, who was victimized by individuals who sent this young girl, the victim, various types of messages, photographs, and even video recordings, which, alas, compelled her to some extent to commit suicide. A girl whose future lay ahead, but she could not pursue her goal to reach even the age of maturity. We need to be absolutely aware of the obvious peril that films, movies, videos, sometimes photographs, affect many of us, if not most of us. I remain very grateful. Sometimes many videos in which violence is shown are often made by individuals who initially were and are perhaps even at this very moment victims of the heinous crimes of human trafficking and illegal slavery. Slavery is officially banned in most countries of the world, perhaps in all the countries belonging to the member states of the United Nations organization. But alas, slavery continues today even more vividly, more cruelly, and more inhumanely than ever before. And many such actors and actresses who shoot such films, or I should say even more correctly, on whom the films are shot, are victims of illegal slavery. We are called upon to combat such dreadful crimes. After the earthquakes which took place in Antalya in Turkey and in the neighboring Syria, many young people, including girls and young women, have gone missing. The question remains, were they truly all victimized by the earthquake or its aftermaths? I fear to disagree with those who believe in such untruthful statements. True be it that some 50,000 people were killed in the course of those earthquakes, but many additional thousands of young people have gone missing without any trace. I personally believe, and perhaps remain even convinced, upon credible, perhaps not direct concrete evidence, but credible hypothesis, that the remaining people who have gone missing were victimized by the heinous and shameful and inhumane criminals known as human traffickers, who often entrap young people to believe in certain non-factual results, fictitious results, baseless and groundless results. They persuade them to believe those things and then traffic them and sell them for various types of illegal slavery, including those based upon immorality, corrupting those people and indeed destroying the future of those people. Later on the BBC, even today, during the day of the 19th March, Tuesday, I heard a heartbreaking program in which many of the victims of human trafficking were participants, and they told their tragic yet very true stories. How they were entrapped, how their documents were confiscated, how they were sold into illegal slavery, abused dreadfully. Human trafficking continues even today, but all of us jointly, unitedly, yet lawfully can bring such evil practices to a total end if we come forward unitedly and without being shaken. Human traffickers are not brave people. They're afraid of the brave people, the righteous people, the upright people. And therefore those of us who claim to be righteous or upright, ought to come forward, combating such heinous practices of human trafficking and illegal slavery, in ensuring that we, being united, help, even enable the authorities concerned to bring those offenders known as human traffickers to true justice. This is my message, this is my errand, and this is my most humble prayer for this night. I thank all of you for your kind forbearance, and in anticipation, I thank you for coming forward in combating all types of heinous crimes, including illegal slavery and, of course, human trafficking. And I bid you the protection of the same Almighty God who created all of us, even those victims of human trafficking and illegal slavery. The babies, the children, the youths, the women, and in certain cases, the men victims. Thank you and good night.